We are going to introduce our next guest, who is Kelly, and I'm going to let my co-host Charlita introduce Kelly.
Oh, let me get this out. Kelly, my beautiful friend, it's good to see you from His glory.
So great to see you guys too. Thanks for having me on and all that you guys are doing.
We're doing great. Thank you. Why don't you share with us what you do and why you want to be a part of this?
Well, absolutely. But I want to say, first of all, it's hard to follow Lee Dundas. When she gets fired up, that lady gets me fired up. I'll tell you that much.
So true.
So Lee, thanks for all you're doing as well. And Charlita, as you know, you were on my show recently. I am working for a show called His Glory, and I have a show called His Story, where we bring on a lot of guests who love the Lord, are in the limelight. So, you're going to see some athletes, you see some actors, actresses, singers. We just have amazing guests who love Jesus and really want to use their platform, to exalt him. And so we have a show that basically brings them on and is a witness to those on the show, just about how you can love Jesus and spread the word no matter what you're doing. And so that's what I've been doing for a long time. I've also been a mom of 4 boys for the last 15 years. And just really enjoying being a mom. But, when everything happened during COVID and the shutdowns, the lockdowns, and we saw that the government was trying to take away our constitutional freedoms. We live in a constitutional republic, and we're very proud of that if we can keep it, right? And so that's kind of my journey where I got involved, was just realizing that my kids were not going to grow up in the good old 80s or 90s like I did, even though we were just blind. It was still happening then, but I want them to grow up and know what freedom is because they're living it. And so I got involved. I'm now an elected official and just really excited to be a part of this, you guys, because I want everybody, my listeners, and everybody listening today to know, you may not be able to go out and do as much because maybe you're a mom like me, maybe you work full time, whatever it might be. And you can't go out and help trafficked kids. You can't hunt them down, take away the evil in this world, if you will. But this is such an incredible opportunity to give towards a foundation who is not just, a part of getting the children back, but they're definitely a part of renewing their lives once they come back. So I'm just really excited to be here. I'm excited to talk a little bit more about what Piece of Heaven is doing and encourage people to get involved.
That's beautiful. We talked the other day about wanting to put the cartel on notice because they're the ones that have been taking these children across the border, making money, and considering those babies cartel commodities that they're trading. And nobody talks about the rape trees and the people that were attached to those underwear and the diapers that are hanging in that tree. And the hard truth is that we need to wake up and wake other parents up to realize that with the people that have been let in across our country, the millions and millions, at one point, their child could be one of these, one of them. And we want to prevent that. And the only way we can prevent that is to shut them down. And I honestly believe that the blood of the innocent children have went against us, not only in the physical realm, but I believe in the spiritual realm, because I believe many of them were sacrifices used to go against our very country, the foundation of what we were founded on, which was in God. And the government that we have right now does not stand in God we trust. And we need to remind them that God is the foundation of this nation, and we are bringing it back, and we're fighting because our government is not coming to rescue us. It's time for us to rise up and be the Americans that our forefathers were.
Amen. And you know what, Charlita, you said something so pertinent there, and that is that they are using the blood of children, which, by the way, don't get me started, how disgusting that is. But we have the blood of Christ, which is so much stronger and can do so much more. So we need to use the blood of Christ. We need to continue to remember and have hope. But you know what I love is that so many organizations are coming together, because it doesn't just take one organization. We all know about Underground Railroad. We all know, you've seen Sound of Freedom. You see that there are people out there who are making a change. Tim Tebow is out there. I know that Dog the Bounty Hunter has an organization. And so, but everybody together, it's not going to take one. It's going to take all of us. It's going to take all of us coming together. And the great thing about Piece of Heaven is that you guys aren't just there to rescue, you are there to rescue their souls. It's not just a physical rescue, it's a mental, I mean, it is physical too, because they're gonna need food, they're gonna need shelter. But you guys are gonna be there to mentally, rehabilitate them into life, maybe for the first time.
Yes.
Some of these kids were sold by their family members. As crazy as it sounds, you guys, there is that much evil in this world. And that's what we're fighting, and we have to do it together.
Amen. As you know, my mom was trafficked by her father. And so this hits home for me in a very deep way. So it's a passion of mine to make sure another child does not have to suffer the consequences of somebody else's actions for their entire life. And my mom, it took her years and years to overcome the mental abuse and realizing she didn't do anything wrong as that little 7-year-old and 8-year-old girl that she was. And I need other people to understand, to chip in, that these children deserve to know that they have value, that they are worthy to be alive, that they didn't cause this problem, and give them that hope that they need. We need people to go to peaceofheaven.life, and on that site, you'll be able to see a button that you can donate to. And there's also a volunteer button, which you'll be vetted very stringently, like by Lee Dundas.
Absolutely. We need to make sure that there's no perps coming in.
Yes,
Absolutely.
we need people to come hold those precious babies and love them and let them know that there are people that care, that don't want to hurt them, and use them and give them the strength that they need to grow up and be good people and have life beyond themselves.
Absolutely. Absolutely beautiful. So yes, please head on over to peaceofheaven.life. And I want to say something, and something my husband and I have talked about, is that we're going to actually go ahead and donate to Peace of Heaven. We want to give our 10% tithe towards peaceofheaven.life. So I'm going on record now. The Hansen family, we're going to tithe our 10% because we want to make sure that something is, that there is, if everybody comes together that's listening, and we're to give their 10%, you guys are solid. Think about how amazing that would be. So I hope everybody listening considers that. Go ahead and make that your family tithe per month.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kelly. That is so sweet.
It's
oh
amazing.
my gosh.
Wow.
You guys, if you are watching right now and you are inspired by what Kelly is doing, please feel free to just follow her lead, join the bandwagon. Think of this as a tithe. It is like a tithe to a church. It is a tithe to a church. We have Church of Glad Tidings, who is spearheading the creation of a piece of heaven here on earth. And I can think of no better place to put your dollars than behind men and women of God who are literally paying it forward to get babies out of bondage, to get children away from predators who are raping them, and more to the point, to actually surround them with the love and the spiritual piece of it and the emotional rehabilitative piece of it and the physical piece of it that these kids need. It's not an easy peasy fix. It's a complex equation. The building is the first part, but that is what we are raising toward today. We've got a generous $500,000 donor who is matching not just Kelly and her husband's and her family's contribution, but all of your contributions up to the $500,000 mark. So please, please, please give generously. Kelly, any last words for us as you head back to your weekend here?
Yeah, I just want to say, be encouraged, everybody. I mean, there are people like Lee and Charlita, and I know Matt's out there, and Glad Tidings, and Sarah Stevens, and so many more. There are so many incredible people who are seriously here, who love Jesus. I know we hear about all the evil in the world, but there are so many people who love Jesus. They're doing good. Be encouraged. Get involved, and don't forget, please give some money to peaceofheaven.life because it's going to go a long way towards a child's life. So just think of it that way. Help a child, and we mean it, And I'm sorry, but maybe lay off giving to a dog for a little bit and give it to
Thank you. Where can they find you, Kelly, to listen to you?
Yeah, you can find me at hisglory.me, and my show is called His Story, like the Lord's story.
Beautiful. Thank you. You blessed us a lot. Thank you so much. You're a great friend.
It's an honor. Thanks, you guys.